Yeah. Next time though, send in a question. Am I right?
Do you need me to?
Don't listen to
I'm
Nikki.
kidding. I'm
Do
kidding.
you
I'm
want
sorry.
me to
I'm
find another
sorry.
question? No. Okay.
Are we up to like? Do we have a backlog of questions, or we're pretty recent now? Because this is Marsh just sent that in.
There might be one or two more in there. Usually people go to the Patreon.
Oh, start sending
There you
in
go.
questions,
Oh, never mind.
folks. And
Well, you should hear it, I guess. There's your link.
and you can send your questions to.
GoNinPod@gmail.com. That's what you're doing now?
Yeah, well, I
Okay.
just said that. Yeah, and then we've got a question from Patreon.
Oh.
You can be a member of Patreon
For $1.
and this question comes from, is it Hillian Tom? Hylian Tom? I don't know.
The Hillian Bass.
Hurley and Tom. I'm going to give everyone on the crew a scenario. You've been banished. There's that term again.
Dew is not into it.
I'm already.
You've been banished from the United States and must leave.
I read this. It's going to be one you like and
As
one I got nothing to say about.
Part of your banishment from the banishers, you're being given a tidy sum of money to go live elsewhere, so you can afford anywhere on the planet. Which country would you like to move to?
I got nowhere I want to go. I'll get whatever's closest. Whatever takes the shortest amount of time to Canada.
No, we would move in next door to Mrs. B. In
Sure,
England.
that's where you want to go.
And
Yeah, I
we'll
don't
be
care.
with her. It's not necessarily England.
then
Here
you won't
we
be
come, land of Cadbury. I'm all about that.
But then you won't be able to spend Thursday nights with your parents.
I gotta move.
Although,
I didn't make this choice.
unless this money that they give you is enough to fly them out every week.
Well, if we get your sister to
I
be
love Mom Brain
banished
too
out
much.
there, then they'll move out there and be close to you.
Yeah. I can't take I don't want to leave my parents, sure, but this says I gotta go, so we're going wherever she wants. Yeah, we're going to the UK. That's where we're gonna stay. We're gonna eat mushy peas all the time and pay our
Bangers and
TV
mash.
taxes. And
Where's everybody else going?
See, now you know how it feels to get a bad question.
oh well, I'm not like
You got a bad. What was I? I didn't deserve that drawing. Crazy Colonel, I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you through the window, Crazy Colonel. Everybody loved that freaking picture. And I wasn't freaking out. I just don't want to talk about how a taco and a hot dog's a sandwich. They're not. A quesadilla's a sandwich.
I think you're walking yourself into another picture like that. I will say, well, no, I don't want to say anything because
Well, it's funny that people think I'm serious when I get so pissed about it.
I gotta say
they
this.
have to draw pictures and comment about it.
I
It's
gotta
I'm
say
not
this.
pissed. It's funny. I thought it was funny.
It's just the way the public views things.
I gotta say this. I thought you were serious, and I've known you since
well,
high
I know
school.
you don't really enjoy
You don't
it.
really want to talk about it.
No.
Yeah.
So
it is
so
serious.
you play into it and you lean into that, and that's where the humor comes from.
Yeah,
Exactly. But I also don't want to talk about
But-
it.
But also
I just
then
don't
people
get like everybody who comments is always like it is a sandwich. Not one person is normal like me. Not one person. They're scared to comment. Either that or I am truly the only nut in this world
Well, I will
that
say
knows what a sandwich is.
Well, I will say this. How can I say? You are very passionate about your side of the sandwich debate. That is true.
Well, I know it doesn't matter.
what's a
I know it
sandwich
doesn't matter,
anyway,
but,
Don't
like,
do
man.
it. Don't do it.
I just
Don't do
wish.
it.
I just wish they would.
why is it
There are
called
plenty of people out there who feel the same way you do.
They don't. They're not commenting about
They're
it.
not listening. Well, yes.
Do
Is it because
sandwiches-
the normal sandwich people are like, it's obviously a sandwich. I'm gonna just not comment. I know what a sandwich is and
I
what's
think
not.
what really happens is
They see
people
how
really
crazy I get.
don't
and they think it's
care.
funny.
like no one like when it comes up, it's very clear you're passionate that this is not a sandwich. Why do people think this? And others are like, it's a sandwich. It's not a sandwich. Like we have a fun time talking about it because it's silly. It doesn't matter. Call it whatever. I don't care if you call it
I've certainly
a
felt
pizza. I don't give a crap.
But is it called a pizza or is it called a sandwich? That's what we're talking about.
Yes, but we talk about it and have fun. You get riled up because you're like, nobody thinks like I think. So that's why we try and stay away from those conversations.
But I mean, yeah,
But where would you like to live?
Italy.
Yeah.
they got lots of sandwiches in Italy.
Have you been
and
to
they know what
Italy?
they.
You only like
I
dipped
was
your
there.
toe in,
I was
right?
there. Yeah.
Who
Well, I
saw
would say
that-
New Zealand, but I've never been there. So
Oh.
I'm
Who
gonna
saw
say
that
Italy.
TikTok of lasagna in Italy?
Lasagna.
Speaking of that, none of you guys saw it. I didn't like it, but
I didn't
somebody
see it.
ordered.
You mean Italian quesadillas?
This is wrong. Somebody ordered a lasagna. I'm going to say in northern Italy, and they got it, and it was like It looked like a hockey puck. Like it was the shape of a hockey puck,
Oh.
almost exactly. But it was like one
Noodle?
thick, long pasta noodle and the meat was all wrapped inside of it. So they like took their fork and took the noodle and like unwrapped it. Like it was a giant one long pasta noodle.
Like Miyamoto's nose hair.
Exactly.
I'll look
And
it
then
up.
inside was
I
like a
don't know.
pool of meat. And the person that ordered it obviously was like, this is not what I expected from lasagna.
I mean, I don't know if that's an Italian thing or if it's like a Michelin star, like fancy restaurant thing.
I don't know either.
Or it's
Like-
someone's
Like that
take
guy
on-
with the baklava thing where he's like, "Hey, super cool," and he doesn't do anything to the food except mess with it.
Did you see Radical Defect says he loves you and No Blades No Bows says he thinks like you do?
I'm
about the
trying to
sandwich?
read the nice things. I'm trying to see if there's nice things.
I mean,
appreciate-
Speaking
There's-
of Michelin stuff, real quick, did everybody know that was the tire people?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
I always thought maybe, but I wasn't sure.
well, I thought
it was initially like a travelogue
Yes,
sort of thing.
I found all this out
Yeah.
recently.
yeah, I heard it. I forget where it was, but I heard it as a joke. Like somebody made a joke of it, like because they thought obviously it's not the tire place, and then the other guy was like,
I've
"No,
always-
it is,"
Oh.
and they had to look it up, and
It's
he was like,
crazy.
"It really
I-
is."
I've
didn't
always
know.
thought it, but I never knew why. And then I looked it up. Like I've been around it for so long, with a lot of work things and stuff, and I never looked it up to actually understand it. And then like I finally, it's
Yeah,
just
it's
funny
just
that I
like-
just looked it up like a month ago.
It was about a month ago that I looked it up.
Also, the other funny thing is that the Michelin Man is white,
He's obese.
but that's just because like originally old tires used to just be white because that's like what the rubber, like when you process it, that's what it was. And then they added other pigment to it later because it's always a weird thing. It's like, why is this marshmallow
Him
man?
and Stay Puff you think have beef, but
Yeah.
apparently they don't.
Um,
That's very interesting.
but yeah,
Yeah.
I really don't know. I mean, I just traveled to Italy for the first time this year and I just wanted to go back, but like, I don't know where I want to like put up stakes. Is that what we say?
Put up stakes. Yeah, definitely. You put up stakes when you're
Is that what it's saying? Put down stakes?
Put down stakes.
Stuff in
stake my
stakes?
claim.
Um,
Omaha stakes.
Well, what are you trying to say
lay
literally?
stakes. Move, live permanently, you know?
Yeah, so I guess you'd pull up your stakes from the
Yes.
this country.
Maybe it's maybe
Yes,
it's,
put in
that's
your
what it is.
stakes.
Yeah, nobody says put my stake somewhere, but
Yeah.
they say pull up stakes
Yeah,
when you're leaving.
that's it then.
Where you going?
So, but I mean, like, and then you just said New Zealand, you know, and that sounds like a great place to live, except for all like the deadly creatures.
Oh yeah, spiders and other stuff there. Yeah,
Mm,
that's
so-
bad news.
But I mean, if I'm can I travel at all? I'm just banished, huh?
You're banished,
You
and you
just
got to
can't be
pick a
here.
place.
Yeah, the moon done.
You are being given a tidy sum of money to go live somewhere else, so you can afford anywhere on the planet.
Oh, tiny son.
on the planet, so you can't go to the
Tidy.
Tidy.
You read this question first.
Yeah, it doesn't mean I understood it.
Tidy says, which country are you putting stakes in?
Oh, that's where you got the stakes thing from.
You just made that up.
I know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll go.
Baby,
I'll go
lock the door and turn the lights down low.
Move into your new place. You got
Now, who is that? Who sings that? Toby Keith? Because he's dead. Was it Toby Keith?
Is it? I don't know.
I would have said like George Strait, but that's
That
just-
ain't the straight man. I know the straight man's voice. Come on, the straight man.
This-
I don't
Great
know.
story.
What place has like the best climate?
Did anybody see that TikTok, speaking of country stuff, about Chris
No.
Gaines, where this lady's like, did you hear there was a singer, Chris Gaines, and he had one really popular album and then he disappeared and nobody knows where he went. And the other person's like, it's Garth Brooks. It's this, and
you
she's
know
like,
the Garth Brooks serial killer
yes.
theory.
She's
Yeah.
like, what do you mean it's Garth Brooks? And then the video just cuts and then it cuts again. And she's like, oh my God, like reading the internet, finding all
Wow,
about
that's so
Chris
funny.
Gaines.
I
So
don't
I
know.
saw
I'm
one
terrible
that
with these
said-
answers.
I saw one that said Darth Brooks doesn't exist, and then they had Garth Brooks with like a lightsaber. It's stupid. That's sadly
so you haven't
true.
given a definitive answer, did you? I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I'm struggling with it.
Yeah, I said Italy, but I'm only not saying New Zealand because I've never been to New Zealand, but I'd probably like that too.
I don't know. Let's move on.
Okay, we're moving on.
Sorry to.
So UK, I don't know, and Italy, and maybe New Zealand. He's got to learn a little bit more about it. All
Mhm,
right, let's
mhm.
do music, Mom Brain. I got music. You want to hear it?
I do want to hear it.
Oh. That hurts. Send your music to goninpod@gmail.com.
Why do I send that music?
goninpod@gmail.com. Please put music in the title to help out your local mom brain.
Help.
Mom brain.
Yes.
Let's do it to it.
Let's do it to it. The first song of this glorious week is from Wired.
Mario Odyssey.
No.
Something Seth MacFarlane worked on. He loves this kind of stuff. And all that jazz. I like it. We got nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
We're going nothing.
Which was Leisure Suit Larry Wet
No
Dreams
way.
Don't Dry.
No way.
Man.
So
I'm
sorry.
gonna have to listen to that soundtrack.
Are you keeping? Okay, just want to make sure. That was from Wired. Next one comes from Stefan.
Oh my God, we got a smooth
Leisure
jazz.
Suit Larry.
Holy cow. Yeah. I think I just filled the
Oh
cup.
my god. What do you call that kind of guitar? Because it's so good. Is this first party?
I believe it
call
is.
Is this Pilot Wings Resort?
Now
It
I'm
is.
pregnant.
Pilot Wings Resort, man. Pilot Wings Resort has Nintendo's greatest piece of music ever. What's it called? Don't remember. But it's when you're riding the hang glider. Unbelievable music. Pilot Wings Resort. Terrible game to launch the 3DS with, but an excellent game.
It's a resounding endorsement. All right.
I
So
don't dislike it.
next one comes from Jet Jaguar.
Focus all attacks. Game Boy Color.
Yep.
High quality. It's the first party.
Sure is.
Let's get Pokemon out of the way.
It is.
Oh boy.
Minish
I
Cap?
don't know. Silver, gold,
Nope.
pinball,
Oh,
Nope.
you said
mainline. It's a mainline Pokemon game.
No.
Trading card game.
Yes.
There we go. Still haven't played that.
All right. It was
on
Pokemon
the
trading
list.
card game from Jet
Available
Jaguar.
on the Switch Online Game Boy Collection.
This one's from Mikey3319.
focus all attacks.
I'll turn it off a bit. This is familiar. That's a Super Nintendo sound, if I've ever heard it. Where am I? I'm in outer space, I'm gonna guess.
You are.
I'm shooting stuff in outer space, probably.
It's, yeah, hyperspeed shootout in space.
Oh, you shouldn't have said that. This is that one with that old man on the cover.
Sure is.
Oh, this kind of Super Nintendo music.
An old hillbilly playing a banjo.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's like
That's right.
it's like something like phalanx, but it's not phalanx.
Close.
Phalanx.
Hey,
You
there
got
you
it.
go.
Good work, RMC.
From
Every time I went to
9319.
like Babbage's back in the day, I would see that box and I'm like, what? Why?
That box screwed it, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
it did.
How is that spelled?
PHALANX.
We posted an interview with. I didn't do the interviews. I forget what outlet did it, but it was with somebody who was involved with marketing at the time, and their approach was, let's make this so unlike any other box cover that people will have to pick it up and look at it. And I'm like, that's true, I did, but I
got
never
it.
bought the game.
You
Though.
did
That was
that,
the problem.
yeah.
What the heck?
All right, it was from Mikey3319. This one comes from Steve Irwin, RIP, who asked me to drop in at just about the minute mark.
Oh my god. I'm gonna guess a Sega game right off the bat.
No.
Oh.
I don't know.
I got no clue. Do I know this?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. What system?
We.
Is it Japanese?
I think so.
No More Heroes?
No.
Mad World?
Xenoblade?
Yes.
Xenoblade.
That's why I knew it.
Xenoblade Chronicles from Steve Irwin, R.I.P.
We get a lot of those.
This one comes from Jessi.
Metroid Prime.
Zen's Ocean.
No.
Endless Ocean.
No.
I don't know what game it is, but it's doing something for me. It is, but it's doing something for me.
I Am Dead.
No.
Is this on the DS?
No, it is on the Switch.
Wow, really? Man, those are real DS noises. Do I know this?
I don't know.
I don't know it, but it's calming.
I like it a lot. I also don't know it. I'll throw in the towel.
It was Anodyne 2, Return to Dust.
What the heck?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It looks like it's like pencil.
Yeah.
watercolor.
I was interested in that franchise. Just never got around to it.
Here's one from Nico Darunia.
Super Nintendo, definitely.
Yes,
Sounds like a later Mega Man game to me.
it's not.
Oh, it's Capcom?
No.
Konami?
Really? Who's doing these? Square?
Yep.
Final Fantasy. Mystic Quest?
Yes. And it's on the cover it says entry level role playing adventure, world's best selling RPG series, free strategy guide offer, and battery backup saves up to 3 games.
Yeah, it was Square's like, please, somebody in America, please play these games. We made one just for you. It's not hard, and we'll give you a guide with it. And yeah, I remember that because I remember seeing it in the store and be like,
And
"What?"
even you were like, I'm still too scared.
Oh yeah, way too scared. Forget it. That was still at the time when I was learning about RPGs in general.
And a lot of things, really. Here comes one from Storbus Corbin.
Still true.
Bayonetta.
Yes.
Hey.
Hi-oh.
That awoken something in Nicky Hill right away.
Erection.
Of course it awoke.
A lot of
It's
witch
not-
talk
so-
tonight.
Hair
Another
suit.
witch that is sexual.
That was from Storbus Corbin.
Except that one's not adults only.
That's right.
This one's from PT.
You know.
That's turning on the PS3.
Oh, this
I
is that
haven't
new
played it.
this is that new U2 album.
But it's got banjo, so I'm gonna guess the Outer Wild.
No.
Damn it. Switch, I'm guessing.
Yep.
This is all the same thing, huh? Well, it started off. It was like this epic, like space thing. Phalanx.
Is it something with outer in the title?
No.
Bella Fleck and the Phalanx?
I got nothing.
It is Air, Memories of Old. AER.
Oh, I remember posting about that. Yeah, I've never played it.
And
Man, music, that was good.
The last song for this week comes from Geku Kitsune. Let me just turn it down.
Oh, I know this one. Oh, sorry. This has to be Sonic the Hedgehog.
On
Correct.
GBA.
Yeah.
You're like, remember Sonic the Hedgehog? Not like this, you don't.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
it sounds wrong and it plays wrong. I bought that.
They
I
tried.
still own that. I don't know why, because they could have done everything perfectly. There's no reason why they couldn't. THQ, I think, was in charge of that one, and they were like, "We've heard of Sonic," and you got whatever that was. What a load of crap.
Well, 6 out of 9
Classy.
this week, guys.
Lots of good songs that we didn't know.
Yeah, right. There's already a comment on the first half of not the first half, the bulk of the video of the podcast before it crapped out. It says the fact that you forgot Master Chief was in the Paramount Plus commercial 5 minutes after ranting about the Halo show is hilarious. That is really fun. Who else was in that commercial? I got no idea. Hey Arnold and Picard. And I remember Reno 911 and not Master Chief being in it. That's funny.
Didn't
That
you
is
say
funny.
you were going to talk about Tomb Raider as well?
Oh my God, I forgot. Yeah, because I didn't write it down. That's the game last week I couldn't talk about because I wasn't allowed to.
Oh, okay.
So stupid. I had a PlayStation, but for some reason I never played Tomb Raider ever. Like the original.
None of them?
Never. No, none of them.
Interesting.
Didn't.
Can you think of
Trying to
why?
think.
Like why you wouldn't have gone for it?
I always remembered seeing the gameplay and being like, that looks really clunky to me. And now
it
I'm playing
is.
it. And I'm like, this is really clunky.
And it's actually, I've been doing a little bit of research. You're actually playing like an easier, like they made it a little easier.
So they did an excellent job. The port is very, very well done. Like, and the fact that you can just hit on Switch, you hit the minus button and it flips between how it used to look and
So you can
the revamp.
see what you're missing.
And not only that, it flips it back to 30 frames per second too, which I appreciate because you're playing it how it used to be. Even how it used to look is now high def, or higher resolution, I should say. So yeah, they did an excellent job with this.
Did they
port.
redo the music too? Or is
Certainly doesn't sound like it.
so the
'cause
music
it's-
doesn't change? It's just
the music that is in the game sounds straight from the PS1 era. Like
Okay.
it's CD quality, but boy, is it bad. It's like what you'd hear in like a random horror movie you'd hear on Amazon Prime when you're like scrolling through movies forever. It's like a Sharknado soundtrack. It's like
Okay.
real bad, but yes, it
so
is
you never
high
played
quality.
any of the Tomb Raiders? Then how did you know about them? Just like over the years, like because I remember talking about like the butler from the second game that you lock in the kitchen, and you're just
There's
like
plenty of games
you
I
knew all
know
about
about that I haven't played. Yeah, it's just I'm a dork when it comes to video games. Yeah, it
He was
just
also
I always
that
thought
way,
they looked
in
clunky.
English class when he had to write a paper about something.
He was a bouchon.
He
It was
wrote
like,
all
what's the
about
name
it.
of the book? I can pretend like I read this book.
He wrote all about it, but he never read it.
And
passed.
yes, because the professor at college gave me a C+ on the paper for something that I never read, and she wrote like, "Now imagine if you actually read the book," and I was like, "That's not happening."
Well, she knew she was
Yeah.
on to you.
Oh, I like it wasn't like the paper
Yeah.
didn't make it clear that I didn't read the book. I was like, "Here's what I know about."
And
the
then
book,"
right after
then-
that, she said, "Here's the key to the classroom. You're the teacher now." And she walked out.
and that teacher's name was Matt Damon.
Professor X.
That's right. Oh, yeah, we didn't talk about we talked about so much. We gotta go. We'll do a little after show. That's it. Oh, wait, is there anything from you two or no?
Probably not. Let's just take a quick
that's
look
right.
over my desk, and oh my goodness, coming in
Oh,
right now.
God. Cannot believe
Rumors.
it. What an honor.
Dew's Views. It's never news. Rumor of the week with Dew Michaels. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've listened to the show before, you know that we save the rumors that I get from my spiders and my flies for the very end because it's always very exciting. And here's a rumor for you. Actually, look at this. We're going to do something different this week. Usually I give you rumors. This week I've got something that's actually true. It's been confirmed that this is not something that I could have made up during the show at all. This is
Oh my
definitely
God.
true.
Really?
This is absolutely true. And it's funny because it
Wow.
has to do a little bit with what we were just talking about, Halo. So you know that the show Halo had the guy who plays Master Chief take his helmet off all the time. Well, Nintendo and the companies making the Zelda show were like, well, we're not going to make that mistake because they want this to be a success. So they've made sure that Link is going to be wearing a helmet the entire show.
Yes, that's excellent.
So we're not going to have that mistake that we had in Halo where he takes the mask off. So they're just going to sticking straight with the games, and he's going to wear a helmet the entire time. Not a mask, not a Majora's Mask.
It's
a-
what
a
people
helmet.
wanted. It's what
Yes.
people wanted. Hi, Rex. Good to see you.
So
Yeah.
thanks for listening, and I hope you're all excited for the show.
Oh, it's actually I just got something. It says here that it's gonna look like Master Chief's helmet. Actually. Thank you for bringing us that inside information. That
My
is always well. This week it was 100% true. That's great.
Always illuminating, isn't it?
That's right. And that's all we got. So thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye,
Goodbye.
everybody. Enjoy your week.
What did I?
X-Men.
Yes, that trailer came out.
That trailer is amazing.
I'm very excited.
So it's
for that.
new, but it's done in the style of the old.
New, done in the style of the old, picks up right
Takes
where the old
place
left off, and
right
is
after where they
voiced
left
by
it
the
off,
same
baby.
people, as long as they're alive.
They're not going to sound different, huh?
I'll tell you what,
Aye.
Cyclops does not sound different.
He
That
doesn't.
man
I
sounds
wanted to
exactly
slap
the
his
same.
face when he said "my X-Men." I was like, "Yeah."
His voice sounded exactly
But
the
perfect.
same. Logan, you know it's the same guy, but he sounds
Was
a
it?
little different.
I couldn't tell. He
don't
sounded like
think
he
I
was
won.
asleep.
I don't think I ever watched the cartoon.
Oh, really? It was
Hello,
great.
Sarah. Bye, Sarah. Oh my God, yeah. Lube's watching it again with his kid right now. Well, not like this second now, but in this year, they are going through the whole series again. Yeah, I mean, I used to watch. There were two shows. Well, I watched a lot of cartoons as a kid, as we all did. But there are two shows I watched with my mom. The Tick. Two cartoons I watched with my mom. The Tick and X-Men, because my mom was like, oh, she watched Batman the animated series too.
Oh yeah.
But X-Men, I was like, this is amazing. This is really good. Wait, Matt Mercer is Cyclops? In the new cartoon, Matt Mercer is Cyclops? Really?
Huh? Well, he
Oh
sounded
my
like the
God,
other
he
guy.
sounds exactly
Yeah.
like him.
That's pretty
Because you're right, because I hated Cyclops as well when I was a kid. I was like, this dork. And I heard the voice. I was like, there he is.
Yeah, there he is.
Wow, good for him then. That's crazy.
That's good.
But yes, I'm very excited. I was starting to wonder, like, I was getting right to the point where I was like, when are we going to hear about this damn show? We've known about it forever. Can I see it? Can you tell me when it's coming out? And we got both. So next month, and it looks awesome. I'm very excited. And I like the fact that Magneto's like, the X-Men are mine now, baby. And Cyclops is like, no, they're my X-Men. So I'm excited to see what happens there.
I love how the X-Men could be left to somebody in a will. I think
Yeah,
that's just
right?
so funny. I leave them my elite team of mutants.
All my toys.
I love the scene in the trailer where Wolverine jumps on Gambit's back and
I
Gambit
was-
charges up his claws.
I
I was like, this is great.
It's the other way around, right? Isn't it? Doesn't Gambit jump on Wolverine's back, or is it? the-
One jumps on the other's back, but it charges
I
up
saw that
Wolverine's
too,
claws.
and I was like, "That's pretty awesome."
I guess it would make more sense for Gambit to jump on Wolverine's back.
yeah. But I was like, I was thinking for some reason I was watching this, and I was like, they could never do this in a live action like MCU X-Men
Oh,
movie.
Maybe Deadpool. Deadpool they could.
They
but
could actually. A Deadpool would be funny.
Outside of that, no. Oh, wait. Nintendo says it's not Mercer.
Oh.
Ray Chase. Nora Spencer was amazing. How do you think I'm saying they couldn't be part of it, but I'm on. So it's somebody called Ray Chase taking the torch from the original guy. Well,
He was great.
sounds spot on. So that's cool. Yeah, sadly, a not insignificant amount of the original voice actors have since passed on. I mean, the show was what 2.5 decades ago, so that's what happens. But
Yeah.
show looks great. Very excited. Totally down with that. And since we went so long, let's kill it there, everybody. Thanks for sticking with us. Sorry about the crash again. I guess I'm gonna have to look into Firefox because it's having an issue. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hang out with friends and family. Play some games. Rest, relax. You deserve it. We'll see you next week. Regular time.
Have a good
And-
weekend.
Go ahead.
So have a good weekend.
Oh, I thought you said have a good weekend.
That's what it's called.
Goodbye, everybody.
Oh, boy.
Goodbye.